Okay, before this podcast starts, I want to give everyone a heads up that in between the time that we recorded this and edited this, we actually got two predictions right. So I will add a sound effect to whenever that happens. I will add this Super Mario Brothers 1-up sound effect. And we'll continue on as normally recorded. This year, I'm going to do a little bit less sound effects than I did last year. It's just trying to, transition and try to do things differently. Have a little bit of some sound effects here and there, but not as much as the 2021 prediction show. And we'll also have a extra after the credits, and that extra will have our reaction to the predictions that got right. So stay around after the credits for the post-credit scene where we talk about that. Now, on to the show.
It came from the third dimension.
Predictions
for 2022.
Any questions? Do you remember the future?
Hello. Happy New Year 2022. We are recording this on January 1st, 2022 at approximately 1:18 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm Adolph Vega, and with me are Jake.
Hello.
And Jacob.
Hello.
You may have known Jacob as New Jake. But as we said in the January, we're not going to call him Jacob. So maybe it'll now make things easier for this time. So,
yeah.
I put the date first and foremost, so you guys know listening when we recorded this. I'm probably not going to be able to edit this today, but, I'll probably hopefully put it up in a week or so. Now, as per usual, we have just give an outline of this podcast for anyone that doesn't know what's going on. We will go over our 21 predictions. Then we'll talk about movies we're looking forward to and movies we're dreading in 2022. And then have our 2022 predictions. So, let's get started with our 2021 predictions. I'm just going to go through here. Now, Krista is no longer with us, so I'll just kind of run by those real quick. Make those easy. She said Venom 2 is not going to be as good as the first one. I think it's I think it's better, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's very subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very subjective. My personal opinion, disagree, but it's a valid opinion.
Yeah.
But much of a prediction.
Yeah.
And she also said Jungle Cruise is not going to make that much money.
In COVID, it did really well, but it's still not typical of like The Rock's big hits,
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd give it to her.
Yeah. I have here Box Office Mojo says worldwide gross for Jungle Cruise 220 million worldwide.
That's not good.
Yeah.
No, for COVID though, that's pretty good, but
yeah, it should have made that in the States alone.
Yeah. It's sad because people complain about remakes and reboots and stuff, but like this is kind of an original property. We never had a Jungle Cruise movie before, and people don't watch it. So, now I'm just gonna go through the list here. It's just easier than to jump around with Krista's. Jake, you said you're gonna double down from 2020 and said that Dune, because we gotta make sure. 2020 movies, not all of them have released in 2021, and not all the 2021 movies got released in 2021. So there's some backlog of predictions and thoughts on potential movies that we have to continuously counter and talk about. We're just in this circle of just not escaping COVID and movies not going, 100%. So it's a little bit hard, but Jake, you said Dune would be like Blade Runner 2049 and be well liked by the press, but not a hit.
I'm kind of right.
it done better than Blade Runner,
Yeah, that's why I'm saying kind of right.
and it's actually
Yeah,
getting a sequel.
yeah, it's actually getting a sequel, and we don't have to wait 30 years.
Well, HBO Max, I think, helped with that too. So
Yeah.
So, just so we have numbers here, Dune got an 83% Rotten Tomatoes. I think you reviewed it and gave it an 8, Jake? I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Box Office Mojo says that it made just shy of like 400 million worldwide, which ain't bad. Ain't bad at all.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
respectable.
COVID. That's better than Blade Runner sequel.
Yeah.
So I would consider that a hit. I mean, on basically a franchise that most people, only the super nerds really know about. I'm guessing most common folk don't know about Dune, but I think just shy of 400 is pretty damn good. So
Yeah.
I think I'll give you partial credit for that one.
Hmm. Yeah, I have no idea how much they spent on Dune, because I mean, part of the reason it looked so good is because they used miniature sand, so that's why it doesn't look like they did model work.
So you also said that Eternals would not break a billion but be a hit.
Oh, I was so wrong about it being a hit.
It's made more money worldwide than the U.S., 400 million, which ain't bad for what it
No.
is.
Okay, so I'll take credit, but
Eternals. I think a lot of people really hate that movie.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
the first Rotten Tomatoes score, like the first
mhm,
Rotten.
yeah,
I think I stand by my 6. I think I gave it. But
Yeah.
it's still not a horrible movie, not unwatchable by any means.
No,
But
it's just
considering
not good.
considering how that came into play, 400 million worldwide ain't that bad.
No.
yeah. It just shows you the power of the Marvel brand.
Yeah, and obviously, the Eternals are not a super duper wide known property
No.
beforehand, anyway.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah,
also without a Chinese release too.
So
Yeah.
I think it did pretty good for what it is. Now, I don't know if it's good enough for a sequel, but that's up to Marvel and Disney to
Oh,
decide.
they've already said there's going to not be a sequel.
Maybe they'll mention some stuff in the future movie offhand or something.
Well, I imagine several of these characters are going to turn up elsewhere,
Yeah.
and several will never be mentioned again.
You also said, Jake, that we will like Jungle Cruise, which we all love Jungle Cruise. Me
Yeah.
to most of.
Yeah.
Yeah, said it wasn't a real movie, and I still stand by that. It was more of a kind of a cut video game.
Cutscene, yeah.
Yeah, cutscene, but nothing wrong with that. Just be honest with you are, and which I felt with all the advertising and stuff. Yeah, it pretty much was honest what you would get, and wasn't deceptive. And it is, and I did enjoy it. In fact, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I said that Ghostbusters Afterlife would be considered a disappointment.
Maybe the fans, but box office has done quite decently.
Worldwide it's made 178 million, which
I would say I would give it to you, Adolph.
Yeah.
That is a box office wise. That is a disappointment.
Yeah, but you can't release ghost related stuff in China because I guess culture ban or something.
Yep, the Communist Party doesn't believe in the promotion of superstition.
Yeah.
quote unquote superstition. Yeah. So I think there's a mix on Ghostbusters. I think a lot of people seem to like it more than they were expecting it to. So I definitely liked it more than I thought I was going to. And I think the Sony had a really good opening week with Ghostbusters, but it didn't have that much legs. It had a lot of competition. So it's 178 is not what they were wanting. I think they were wanting 178 maybe for the opening week. So
they were expecting that for like opening weekend, not the entire.
So I said that Dune would be a flop, which I do not consider a flop. 400 million.
Yeah, that's not a flop.
Morbius would be a flop. To be determined.
Yeah.
I said Jurassic World 3 Dominion trailer would be amazing and ridiculous. To be determined.
Yeah.
I said Super Mario trailer will release and be funny, and
TBD.
To be determined.
Yeah.
And then I also said Welcome to the Terrible 20s. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're in season 3.
Cancel it already.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, you're looking forward to Black Widow. How did you like that?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Better
Black
than
Widow.
Eternals.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I feel like that one also gets a bad rap, but I kind of feel like it was kind of destined to, because, you know, it's kind of a weird time when it came out, and it's kind of also a weird time when it's set. So I enjoyed it a lot. So I don't know why people seem to not be sour on it, but okay. You're looking forward to No Time to Die, which I think was fantastic.
Yes, I agree.
Jake, did you watch this or no?
Yes, I saw it. I thought it was fine.
You're looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife, Jacob. How do you feel about Ghostbusters Afterlife now that you've seen it?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I was going to see it, but there was no 3D. I'm like, I'll just wait for it to hit home video.
Spoken like someone who's trying to avoid COVID. Very good.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, yeah, you tried to avoid it, but you got it, though.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen Cry Macho, West Side Story, and there's several others that I was going to go see. But I said, do I really want to put myself at risk for COVID?
Oh. For Spider-Man, I did.
Yeah.
So, Jacob, you said also that you're looking forward to new Spider-Man. How did that work out for you?
It was really good. It was just, not as good as everybody thinks it is. But, I mean, I still liked it really well. Better than Eternals.
And, of course, you're looking forward to Mission Impossible 7, I guess. Are you still looking forward to that?
TBD, yes.
You were dreading Tom and Jerry. Have you seen that?
No, I can't bring myself to see it. I just can't.
I did. It's terrible. For the patrons, a patron would know because I put a podcast on that.
Oh, nice.
Minions, to be determined.
TBD.
Yeah.
Boss Baby 2, which you reviewed. How was that?
Surprisingly better than what I was expecting. Still not great, but it was fine. The 3D was the best part.
Clifford. I haven't watched Clifford. Have you watched it or no?
No, TBD.
And it's now available on Paramount Plus, and it had a decent run in the box office. So, from what I've heard, it's not that bad. It's okay.
The director, he's had a bad track record, so.
And you were dreading Matrix 4, which now we know is Matrix Resurrections. Have you watched Matrix 4 yet, or no? I
started on it. I can't bring myself to watch any more of it. I just can't.
I started the process of watching all of the movies, and we got through the first one, which I did another Patreon podcast about, and we haven't finished the second one, and so I'll get to it eventually on HBO Max. I'm not going to the theater for that.
I don't blame you.
Classic Jake, you were looking forward to Kong versus Godzilla. How'd that work for you?
Good.
Yeah?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
It met expectations, and in some it actually succeeded them, or succeeded them, or whatever. You're lucky I'm awake this hour. I was happy with it. Haven't picked it up on disc yet. Kind of waiting for a price drop, but it's definitely one for the ages.
Yeah, I definitely had fun with it, and it was something that I wanted to see in the big screen, and I was happy to.
Yeah.
3D was underwhelming, but decent.
I mean, it's not Kong Skull Island, but it's still a banger. But it's a lot better than the Godzilla one.
King of the Monsters or the first Godzilla?
Of the first of this new trilogy.
Gotcha.
It is better. It is an improvement over that. And hey, I would watch that one again.
There you
go. So, Jake, you're looking forward to the movie Nobody, which I'm guessing you're still looking forward to that, right? Because it hasn't come out yet.
It came out. It's been out. It was banger. Yeah. It was above and beyond what I thought it was going to be. I loved it.
Correction, yeah, okay.
I think it's getting a sequel.
Oh, that'll be awesome. It's one of the best parts Christopher Lloyd has had in a long time.
You're looking forward to Nightmare Alley, which just came out a couple weeks ago. How was that?
Awesome.
And Eternals.
Not so awesome, but I don't hate it as much as other people. But it's compared to the other Marvel properties that came out, it's underwhelming.
You were dreading Rumble, which I actually did see. Have you had any more interest in watching Rumble or no?
In 3D, yeah.
So Rumble did come out on Paramount Plus, and I don't know if it's going to get a 3D release anywhere else. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great for what it was, and it stunned me because I was not expecting it to be anywhere as good as it is. And it's a lot of fun. It's very funny, great action, and the thing with something from WWE is that they know spectacle and they know how to entertain, and that it achieved that in this movie. So, you can't. I mean, I imagine that if you don't know, okay, how to put this, you absolutely need to not understand wrestling, but like they understand wrestling and they understand why it's popular and how to make money off of it because they've been making money off of it for decades, and they know how to translate that into a movie. So I'm not a super big wrestling fan. I'm not against it. It's not for me, but I understand the draw, and they get the draw here. So if you like wrestling, you will definitely like this. I have a review on Patreon for it, so you could go watch that on Patreon or listen to that. You're dreading Minions 2. You still dreading it for this year?
Yes, to be determined or to be dreaded.
Boss Baby 2.
Haven't seen it.
Probably not going to, right?
Yeah, it's like it's not in 3D. I'm so backed up on stuff that I want to see.
There's a disc coming from Germany in a couple weeks in 3D.
I'm still waiting for a Black Widow to price drop.
Yeah, I spent the $80 on that.
I figure I figure some of my Christmas money's gonna go there.
Yeah.
And you were dreading Hotel Transylvania 4. I guess that's to be determined because it's going to be on Amazon Prime soon.
Yeah, and I guess if I'm drunk enough, I might actually exit that. That may turn on, and I'm too drunk to find the remote and have to watch it. But other than that scenario happening, I don't see me watching it.
Now, Jacob, you said that you were willing to do reviews for anything garbage related, like Clifford, Tom and Jerry, and Hotel Transylvania 4.
Yeah. I guess I could do Hotel Transylvania 4.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just giving you a hard time because I don't remember if you remember saying that.
I don't know if I do or not.
I don't remember you saying it.
I mean, I honestly didn't think that they were going to release this year. I thought they were going to get delayed, especially when Clifford got pulled from September. I'm like, yes, but came out in November.
Okay. So this is what Krista was looking forward to, Raya, which I think was a very good movie, but I don't think it's a great movie or memorable.
No.
Yeah.
Vivo. Have y'all seen Vivo? I saw it.
Did it come out?
Yeah. Came out on Netflix.
Oh. I haven't seen it.
Nope.
Um. Okay, so the first third of the movie is like up, and then the other 2/3 of the movie is like your traditional stupid kids, cartoon with monkeys. So the first third, I was like, I think about to cry or started to cry. I was like, damn, this is great quality stuff. And then I was like, oh, it just became another kids movie that is just basic. Okay, I just kind of, I think, averaged it out. I don't remember if I did a review for that, but I would give that maybe a 6. It's okay. It's not bad. Luca, I really liked Luca. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I've seen part of it, and what I saw, I really liked.
I'll give that 8 out of 10. I thought that was wonderful. One of those movies that I really wish it was 3D and not Disney Plus only, because I really enjoyed the visuals, and it's a good movie, a very good movie. And Jungle Cruise, and obviously I love Jungle Cruise the most, but we all did. She was dreading Spirit Untamed, which none of us saw, but it kind of was a massive flop. So yeah. Minions 2, Boss Baby 2. All of us did not want to see Boss Baby or Minions.
But Boss Baby,
I wonder why.
Decent.
I wonder
It was
why.
pretty decent.
I was looking forward to the Suicide Squad, which I feel like I was vindicated about, and I really, really enjoyed, but I don't know what the hell happened, and no one cared about that movie, and it bombed.
It's just, I don't know. It's just, they let James Gunn do what he wanted, and there was a lot of excess to the movie, and the storytelling was just kind of off, too, so maybe that's why. Maybe it's because it was August.
I think it was simply because movies cost a lot of money. And who wants to pay money to like put yourself at risk to catch COVID?
Yeah. Well, it was also on HBO Max too.
Yeah, exactly. So you could pay less than the cost of one ticket, and everybody can watch it plus whatever else is on for one price, or you can spend $15 a person and put yourself at risk of COVID, plus all the other bullshit that goes on at a movie theater, like people talking, people on their cell phone, bad presentation, a $10 soda pop, $15 for popcorn.
Now, I think that Suicide Squad came out right when Delta variant was really becoming popular, right? I think.
Yeah.
So it might have been part of the issue. I was looking forward to Godzilla vs. Kong, which I already said I really liked. It was fun. And Black Widow, which I defend that movie. I watched it twice in theaters. I enjoyed them. So I don't know why people hate it, but it's that mentality, that nerd mentality that, well, if it's not a 10 out of 10, then it's a 0 out of 10.
Well, I mean, there's also sexists out there who think that women can't do whatever. So
actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A combination of those two things made kind of damns Black Widow.
Yeah.
Now I was dreading Tom and Jerry, which I was right to because it sucks. And I was dreading Space Jam 2, which y'all did not talk about, and I was absolutely justified in hating that because I really hated that movie.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up and the warning.
Yes, thank you for your sacrifice.
Again, on Patreon, I sacrifice and watch these terrible movies to give you entertainment.
Yeah.
So, Space Jam 2 is god awful. It really is bad. Yeah. And I rewatched the first one, and I had some moments of joy in there, but I still think the first one is not that great. It's like, okay,
no.
So it's not. Just a lot of nostalgia there. I think Space Jam 2 bombed, so I think Warner Brothers is pissed about that.
Well,
it wasn't Warner Brothers' year because of their mandated HBO Max / theater strategy.
Yeah, and I'm like going and Discover, their new owner is just going, gee, thanks.
Yeah.
So, Space Jam made 162 million worldwide.
That was like its budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. What that was probably catering.
No, that
Yeah.
was probably LeBron's paycheck.
Talk about nobody who can't act.
Yeah, LeBron did not. Yeah, that was a failure of a movie. Yeah, so definitely glad I put that in my dreading because I was right to think that. And Morbius, which is to be determined. It's looking
TBD.
better. It's looking better.
It actually got a new trailer.
Yeah.
Now, okay, here's some specific, very specific predictions we did. I'll go through Krista's first. She doubled down on Jungle Cruise that we all like it, which we all did.
Yeah, she was
Who
right.
does?
Rhea, Vivo, and Luca will all be up for Best Animated Movie, and Vivo will win Best Musical, and Rhea will win Best Animated Movie.
TBD.
Yeah.
TBD.
Because when is the next Academy Awards? Isn't that like
March, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
She says one theater chain will go out of business. Theater industry is not in a good place. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Rhea won't do as well as Disney wants, but be better than Onward.
But partial credit there. Onward is still
Yeah.
a better movie.
Yeah.
So, okay, Raya the Last Dragon, worldwide, it made 130 million, and that's from Box Office Mojo. And Onward did, in comparison, 141 million. Ha! So, 10 million more Onward
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, and Onward got pulled fast because of lockdowns. I mean, because a couple of days after Onward, Oregon shut down the movie theaters, and we lost, and several didn't come back.
So, yeah, Raya is considered disappointment by Disney, and did not do as good as Onward, and even with the different times of the COVID, that's, I think Disney's really pissed off about Raya being kind of a flop.
Yeah.
She said Spirit Untamed would be good for the kids, but most people won't like it. I think that was another flop too.
Yeah. They can only do like 25, 30 million here in the States.
Let me look that up. But yeah, I remember that coming to the theaters and then leaving pretty quickly. That was,
it just looked
42 worldwide. That's nothing.
Yeah. It looked like a TV movie though, like because the animation looked cheap. It looked like the TV show, which is not a good thing.
Yeah.
She said average movie prices would fall, which not for me.
No, they've stayed steady.
Only thing I've noticed is Regal finally started doing budget Tuesdays. Not that it's getting people in the theater.
No,
yeah, but other places have done that too. Didn't Cinemark have that for like ever?
Every other chain does budget Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Regal never did.
She also said that major court case will touch on copyright laws. I don't remember any Supreme Court case talking about copyright.
No.
I would, to tell you the truth, the way the news has been lately, I wouldn't know one way or another.
Most of the Supreme Court's been backlogged with mask mandates and stuff from Texas and Florida.
Yeah. And she said that Lin-Manuel Miranda would get the EGOT, and to be determined on that.
TV.
Mm-hmm.
She had no idea what Trump would do about January 20th. Yeah.
TBD.
No.
Oh, I would give it to her. I would give it to her.
Yeah.
January 6th.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing because she had, and we all had a lot of wondering about how that was going to fall out, and we didn't know a specific date, but we knew something bad was going to happen, and and then
we called it.
said that Trump will pardon himself and his kids. No.
Nope.
No.
Good, but I'm glad he didn't.
Well, it wouldn't have been valid.
Yeah.
She said Democrats will win both Georgia Senate seats. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got that.
She also said the country won't recover from COVID until 2024.
That's a pretty fair estimate.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's to be determined. I think that's duh.
Yeah, that's when it comes probably endemic, is what scientists are saying. So, yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And then at least one bad Supreme Court decision, which I kind of think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't remember all the Supreme Court decisions from last year, but I do remember like one of them being like weird and like, okay, whatever. I don't remember.
Remember the real weird one about about Texas abortion law, and the Supreme Court was like, handle it, which is like one of the worst decisions they've made beyond my lifetime. We have to go back to pre-Civil War for a decision that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then let's go to Jacob's, your specific predictions.
Mm-hmm.
You said Ghostbusters Afterlife will be better than 2016.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, but
I definitely think so.
Consensus.
Yeah, that's a duh, but yeah.
I noticed one thing though. A lot of people were pissed because they announced a collector's edition of them coming out on 4K. That they were pissed that they left out the 2016 Ghostbusters. I'm like, what happened? I thought people hated it.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm on RottenTomatoes.com right now, and we have all of the Ghostbuster movies scores.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go in order of the release. Original Ghostbusters got a 97%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's the 3%? That's what I want to know.
The Ghostbusters 2 got a 53%.
That's too low. That's unfortunate.
I think it's pretty all right.
I think it's too high, but that's me.
I like Ghostbusters too.
I don't. I take that back. The Titanic gag is hilarious.
I think Ghostbusters 2 is trash, so...
All
right, Ghostbusters 2016. 74%. Wow.
Too high.
Way too high.
So Sony must have lined some pockets.
Yeah, really.
And Ghostbusters Afterlife has 62%.
TBD.
No, so
I mean, for me,
yeah, for you, TBD. I've watched all of the movies. I definitely think Afterlife is the best one since the original.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's sad.
Great, no, but I thought it was really good.
So I'm sorry, Jacob. That prediction will not be.
Yeah.
All right. You said Black Widow will be the first $1 billion movie of 2021. Nope.
No.
All right. You said HBO Max will not follow through on releasing all of the movies on HBO Max at such theater at the same time. They did.
Yeah. Surprising.
I thought. Did they actually release Dune simultaneously?
Yep.
Yes, they did.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because they went to court over that one.
Mm-hmm.
You said a streaming service will win like Best Picture in 2020. I got to look that up.
Nomadland was on Hulu, I think, simultaneously with theatrical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did get a theatrical release though, so
yeah.
Well, a lot of streaming and at the same time, but it was a Hulu movie and it had a short theatrical run, which Regal boycotted.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I won't give you that one. I don't think so.
Okay.
Drive-ins will come back. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
Sort of.
Here's an interesting one. AMC theaters shut down a lot or almost out of business entirely.
Kind of wrong on that one.
No, to be determined. I mean, the few AMCs that are here aren't even open every day of the week.
Oh, wow.
So it probably would have happened if it wasn't for people on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Reddit saved them.
You said that Cats Walking would be a big flop and people would really hate it and tweet the raspberries. I don't know what that is. It's a movie with Tom Holland.
Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland. Yeah, it did flop and people hated it.
Yeah, and it's to be determined if it's going to sweep the Razzies.
Yeah. Not a good movie. Doug Liman's worst film.
Yeah, and it also shows that neither one of them are box office draws outside of their franchises.
Yeah.
And 2021 movies. The top 2021 movies will be movies that were delayed from 2020, except for Mission Impossible 7.
Determined.
So okay, I could get the numbers on that one. Mission Impossible 7 hasn't released yet, so that is a to be determined. And I think that's supposed to come out this year, but
September.
I haven't seen anything about that at all.
No, it just keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think Spider-Man was.
Do we even know if Mission Impossible 7's going to be 3D or not?
TBD.
Okay.
I mean, the last one was, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Spider-Man is number one movie of the year, which is obvious. That was always supposed to come out in 21. And then Shang-Chi as well. Oh, wait, no, I think that got delayed for 2020, didn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it got delayed.
Venom was also delayed from 2020, yeah. Black Widow was delayed from 2020, yeah.
Fast 9.
Fast 9, Eternals. So, yeah, I think so. I think that basically all the movies from 2021 were 2020 leftovers, except for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
2021 will be better than 2020. I guess.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, at least for film.
Yeah. At least movie theaters were actually open.
Yeah.
I think even though 2021 is rough, I do think it was better than 2020, but not by much, you know.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, but we did get the gut punch of Betty White's passing yesterday, which rest in peace.
Yeah. Season's finale sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Last year.
You said that Boris Johnson would leave office. I don't think he did.
No, he's still in office.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, Britain.
all right, you said that Trump goes to jail because of something happening with New York or whatever court cases. Trump is not in jail.
TBD.
He didn't happen in 2021. That's what you specifically said that year. So
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think that Mr. Trump will find a way to avoid anything, just like he's always done. He knows how to play that system to always avoid everything. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jake. Here are your your specific predictions.
Yeah. I only remember one off the top of my head. I predicted no billion-dollar movies, and I'm actually happy that I was wrong.
So, yeah, that was your first big one, was no billion-dollar movies, and Spider-Man says hi.
Yeah, Spider-Man says, I got a last-minute surprise for you.
Man, you look silly with web on your face.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And it's that Tobey Maguire that comes out of his wrist's web, too. Ooh.
Okay. You said all of the 2020 delays will be released in 2020 because they don't want to have to delay things again. No, there's still some 2020 movies that haven't come out yet.
Yeah, I was wrong about that one too.
You said a Peacock is going to be the new Crackle, and it will just kind of hang in there, but not be that popular. I think that's right.
Yeah. that was like shooting fish in a barrel, but yeah.
Yeah. No major chain will go out of business, but some will close specific theaters permanently. Yeah, that happened.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's an interesting one. Movie theater chains do away with the subscription plans. No.
Hasn't happened yet.
Now, I kind of think that they don't want to because that's guaranteed income.
Yeah.
And people aren't hitting them as heavy. They're paying the monthly fee, but they're not going every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you have to, I don't know about all of them. I haven't read the fine print on all of them, but I'm pretty sure you have to pay for the entire year up front.
Cinemark is monthly.
Okay.
Yeah, and in Regal, you only have to stick around 3 months now.
Yeah, it's like they give you free 3-month period. And that's unlimited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You also said that physical media will make a big comeback. Nope.
Sadly.
I was hoping. Yeah, I was hoping. I was trying to put that out there, peeps.
The niche market is alive and thriving though. Like Flesh for Frankenstein got released, which big shocker.
Yeah, really, that was a big shocker because I thought that would be no way in hell would that ever get released because it needed so much work. The ownership was a nightmare. Kudos just for getting it there.
Yeah. All right. You said heads will roll at Warner Brothers as the HBO Max deal blows up in their face. It hasn't happened yet, but I do think that
I would say them selling to Discovery is that exactly.
Mm.
Because the leadership, they're owned by a whole other they're about to be completely taken over. And they're not going to keep, and a lot of people have already been let go.
Yeah.
So
I think that is actually pretty on, and I think maybe they didn't get reported, but I definitely think people are pissed at Warner Brothers because they had a really bad year in the box office. So,
like Godzilla vs. Kong is I think their highest grossing film.
Yeah. I mean, Dune did some good money.
On Dune, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Matrix hasn't done that well, and then, we talked about Space Jam 2 being a flop. So, yeah, Warner Brothers has had a really bad year in 2021.
I think it's going to get better though.
Yeah, since they're eating crow and putting everything in the movie theaters and not HBO Max anymore.
Yeah, the 45-day window though.
Yeah, but I think
key.
That's going to be basically everywhere though. Everyone has 40 days, if not less. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Encanto didn't have 40 days. It was like a month, if not less, right?
Yeah, about 30-day window. Yeah.
All right, Jake. You also said that VR will be steady in sales and become a little bit more popular. No,
not really.
Okay.
It didn't up as well as I think that's because the glasses are still too expensive.
All right. It said Sony gets tired of not having merch rights, and they will start a PlayStation Cinematic Universe.
Nope.
You said there's going to be Meme the movie.
I wish, but nope, there wasn't. Nobody bit.
To be determined on that.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Yeah.
A worldwide depression for 2021. I don't know.
No.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because like the U.S. has come back really well. I mean, in some ways, the job, there's a lot of like unemployment's down to like 4% again. But I think some parts are worse, and I don't know. People are still kind of mad and not really happy about the future in 2021. So I'll give you partial credit on that.
Okay, I'll take it.
You said a Republican will hold the Senate in Georgia, and Dems only get one seat, and that Purdue will hang on. Nope.
I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm really glad Krista had called that and was right. I think it's better for democracy.
Now, speaking of democracy, I think you got this one pretty much spot on, which is insanely sad, but it is what it is. Democrats will struggle to get stuff done even when they get 50 votes. They still struggle when they get around 60 votes. So it's going to be hard to get things done. Yep, that absolutely happened.
Yeah, that was like that's like a no shit Sherlock one though.
And you could blame my state for that.
Yeah,
You're a senator. You're damn Senator Manchin.
yeah. What is his problem?
He needs a new Maserati, okay?
Oh,
Okay.
he's going to lose his re-election. It's just how many points he's going to lose it by, 10 or 15 or 20, you know?
Oh, God. Who knows?
All right. Okay, your last prediction, Jake, was pretty awesome.
Okay.
Now,
I don't even remember.
Okay. I got to tee this up because you literally said you're pulling this out of your ass.
Okay.
You said Bezos, a.k.a. Amazon, buys MGM. That happened.
Yeah. I don't know if it's complete yet, though, but it's in the process of happening.
Yeah, and since Biden's president, not Trump, I don't think there's going to be anybody to stop it from going through.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anyone caring that much about MGM. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
So it's
They had
not
a pretty decent year.
Yeah, except whoever plays the next Bond. I mean, a lot of actors are going, okay, if I'm going to be Bond, now whose butt do I kiss? Is it Jeff Bezos or Barbara Broccoli's? Or both?
Yeah.
But I think that was a pretty bold and thing that come out of your butt, and that was 100% true. So great job there, Jake.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember, honestly, I don't remember making that prediction, which is probably why, because I just pulled it out of my butt and just said, what the hell, let it fly.
All right, here are my predictions to wrap things up from the predictions area. Now, these are good. These are real good. Ghostbusters Afterlife will be boring. Yeah, I think it was boring, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
Maybe the first half was kind of boring, but I did like it. I do think that's a very legit statement.
Yeah, we'll give it to you, because, I did have pacing issues.
I did say Morbius will be delayed and not released in March of 2021. I imagine it going out in October, or something like that. But Morbius is coming out this month, out in January, so that did happen as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I said Eternals will be a flop. I think it's a decent success.
Yeah, for what the film is. Yes.
Yeah. Well, for COVID, but for non-COVID, it's most definitely a flop.
Yeah.
I said the box office blockbusters will return to an extent, but overall 2021 numbers won't be equal to 2019.
Yes.
Got that correct.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man proved that blockbusters still happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the Marvel movies in generally, Shang-Chi made a good amount of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there definitely was blockbusters, but they needed to be big movies. Godzilla vs. Kong, it was a big movie. You can't, but I'm sorry, was it Licorice Pizza? You're not big enough to make money. Space Jam 2 being the most hated movie of the year. I think so, maybe.
Pretty spot on, yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, we'll give it to
you. Yeah, it's close enough. I think The Matrix 4 might top it, but right now I would say Space Jam.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really, really hated all the celebrity cameos or the visual shots of these things, kind of like they did in Ready Player One, and it just was really annoying. And
an algae rhythm.
Yeah. I did a double down from 2016 where I said that Warner Brothers will announce movies from animated TV shows such as Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, Pinky and the Brain, and Freakazoid. They did not announce any of those movies. So that is wrong, but I'm still pretty good.
Yeah, and Discovery, if you're listening, take him up on that. America and the world needs a Freakazoid movie.
Yes.
That makes so much sense, and they could, they could basically reboot that, and it's not going to be that big a deal, because there was a fan base, but it's been a long time. You could make that story work in present time and be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I said Matrix 4 will be a great movie and people will get hyped for future movies. I don't think that's true.
No, that didn't happen. If anything, the opposite.
Have you seen it or no?
No.
So it's got a 65 from Rotten Tomatoes. So I don't. It's kind of weak.
For the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's high for Matrix 4. What I've seen of it.
Okay, so Matrix Resurrections is at 65%, which is lower than Reloaded, but higher than Revolutions.
Wow.
And the first Matrix is the most, with 88%, which I think the first Matrix is a classic still. But the other Matrixes, I don't know. They're not too, people kind of got tired of that franchise. So, yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, my next prediction, Sony will announce a new VR for PlayStation 5.
Unfortunately not.
They did announce it, they didn't release it.
Oh, did they? Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Oh.
So if you just said announce and you got it, release
Okay.
it's to be determined.
Yeah. I hope it gets released.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the more chance that VR will become a thing and 3D will have a new home.
Yeah, on The Verge, they say February 23rd, 2021, Sony announces next-gen VR headset for PS5. That was...
Oh, wow.
So that happened. Yeah, that's 100%.
Kudos.
Little Mermaid trailer will be released and look nice. Did not happen.
Yeah.
To be determined, maybe this year.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of these are I had a good run, but now it's all falling to shit. So... 3D makes a huge comeback. No, it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
New Man of Steel movie announced with Cavill and that Metallo and Parasite are the villains. Nope. Disney will announce a Toy Story trilogy remake with the graphics of 4. No, but I still think that will happen eventually. I mean, I love the Toy Story 1 and 2, but they do look dated now.
Yeah. It's still a good movie, though. Great movies.
Yeah.
The Brexit aftermath will be bad for the economy for UK. I think that pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. COVID-19 will evolve past vaccines and the pandemic continues.
I think you can call that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the gray area because, like, I think Omicron is like 70% as, the current vaccines are like 70 to 80% effective compared to Omicron, but they still do work. But the pandemic definitely is continuing on. So it hasn't evolved past the vaccines, but definitely the pandemic is absolutely continuing. So
Close enough for government work. You got it.
All right, here's stuff that nobody predicted. I thought it was just some interesting headlines. Okay, we all had suspicions about what was going to happen on January 20th, but none of us specifically said insurrection would happen on January 6th.
Nope.
Disgusting, horrific display that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then how now they're trying to spin it, oh, that was Antifa or Democrats or whatever conspiracy. No, it was Republicans and conservatives that did that.
It was QAnon.
Yeah.
A blizzard would hit Texas and cause power to go out for a couple of days. I did not expect that, and I lived through that. It sucked. And things are not, I mean, there's some stuff for show, but I don't know if the fundamentals have been fixed enough to stop that from happening again. I don't think so.
No.
I think maybe some figureheads have changed, but I don't think the legitimate issues with the grid have changed. WandaVision had a a cameo from Quicksilver.
Sorta, yeah.
I mean, nobody predicted that. No one had any idea that was going to happen. And
nobody had any idea that Evan Peters was going to show up. Heck, I can still remember when the fanboys were screaming and they were like going, Evan Peters was going to be so horrible. And I'm like going, dude, have you ever seen American Horror Story? I said, watch a couple episodes and tell me this guy won't nail it. And now he's considered the best Quicksilver. The go figure.
Now, this one, maybe because I'm ignorant to YouTube culture, because YouTube is its own culture. That Logan Paul would fight Mayweather in the boxing match. I didn't know that was going to happen at all.
No.
Oh, I'm just hoping that he fights Tyson.
Oh, God.
I want to watch Mike Tyson just plummet him.
I mean, they're kind of past their prime fighters. That's all he's fighting. So I mean,
of course, but Mike Tyson is still pretty formidable.
Yeah, I just want him to bite off his ear.
Yeah.
No one predicted that Chris Pratt would be cast as Super Mario in that controversy.
Mamma mia!
Or Garfield. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's now. Now the big insult is make Chris Pratt voice your favorite character.
None of us predicted that Spider-Man No Way Home trailer would be as big as Avengers movie trailer.
Yeah.
No.
That a Korean game called a Korean TV show called Squid Game would, make everyone watch it, which I have not watched because I don't want to watch dark stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Life is too dark. I don't want dark stuff in my entertainment. Damn it!
It's not that dark.
Now this one I think is kind of a weird thing, but it makes sense in that the Disney Plus Marvel TV shows so eerily resonate with life, and that how different themes of each show kind of react in a way that is related to the life of the year. Let me explain that a little bit better. So like WandaVision was about dealing with grief, and we're all dealing with grief and trying to get into a different time of our lives and trying to deal with, what's happening and trying to escape in the past with, and the times that these shows came out were really interesting too. Like Captain America, or not Captain America, but Winter Soldier and Falcon, or Falcon and Winter Soldier, or Captain America and Winter Soldier. That came out near the time of a lot. We got the big judgment that I forget his name. The cop was guilty. So that was like the racial reckoning. And then Loki came out, and Loki is about variants and how to deal with variants. And we had to deal with the Delta variant. And What If is, us trying to think about different scenarios of how things could be different. And I think we're all kind of worried. We're thinking that different universes would happen. We're all kind of hoping and thinking that, the summer of 21 was going to be a great time, and we took off our masks and that COVID was going to be over, and it wasn't. And, we're just thinking that this was going to be a new life, and no. And then Hawkeye, he just wants to enjoy Christmas with his family, and it's just so much drama. And we had a lot of drama with around Christmas time with COVID and just everything else going on. So I think it's not a perfect match, but yeah. U.S. getting out of Afghanistan. It sucked the way it happened, but I'm glad we're not in there anymore. I don't know if we would ever get out.
We should have been out. We should have been out more than a decade ago.
Yeah.
But I guess better late than never, because the thing with Afghanistan, it was like a W was told if he went in, the exiting at any time would be opening the gates of hell. Because once we walked in, there was no way we could walk out without it being a complete cluster.
Yeah.
And And that was exactly right.
Inflation comes back, roaring back in the world. Not expected that.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, it's all Biden's fault." It's like, no, it's not. It's the world's fault. It's happening all over the world, and it's all of the supply chain issues is a worldwide issue, and I think some of the price increases are legitimate, but I think a lot of them are not, and I think a lot of them are probably going to stick just because they could get away with it, and that's why it happened.
Price gouging. And all a consumer can do is not pay it and find a substitute, which is what they've always done.
And then the whole madness with the critical race theory garbage. It's just like, no, that's so stupid. It's so insane. None of us would predicted that rich people will go to space.
Yeah, so now I'm wondering, is that what UFOs are? Billionaires from space?
I was thinking that Resident Evil was going to get delayed and that several fall movies were going to get delayed, but none of them did.
No.
And my final prediction, the big one, did not come true, which I know it's crazy. I thought I was just going out on a limb. Do you guys remember my final crazy 2021 prediction?
No.
No.
I don't even remember mine, which was right.
Well, mine was definitely not right. That space aliens would finally reveal themselves to Earth, and they are friendly and helpful.
No, if they're smart, they would stay clear of this place for a while.
Yeah, I would say this planet is under quarantine.
Maybe Dan Aykroyd's on to something. After 9/11, they just said nope.
Yep, exactly. They said nope.
All right, so that will wrap up the 2021 predictions and what we were dreading for 2021. Now let's get to what we're looking forward to and dreading for 2022. All right, I am looking forward to a stupid movie called Moonfall. I wish it was 3D. I hope it's 3D, but I know it's not. I don't think it is, but that looks like a dumb, fun movie.
It just looks bad.
I know, it looks bad. It looks really bad, but fun.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to Fantastic Beasts 3: The Secrets of Dumbledore. I'm a defender of the second Fantastic Beasts movie, but I hopefully they use their time wisely to fix things with the script and to tighten things up, and that this will get things back on track, and maybe they'll be smart and just kind of wrap it up and not actually have two more movies, because it was supposed to be a 5-movie series, and I don't think the Fantastic Beasts movies have made that much money, especially the second one, to justify that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. And I'm looking forward to the Flash movie.
Yeah.
I am dreading Minions 2 again, Rise of Gru. As always, as we have for the last 2 years, I'm still dreading that. I'm still dreading Hotel Transylvania 4 Transformania. And, this movie doesn't look that bad, but I still don't care about really watching it. The DC Super Pets movie.
It looks okay. It looks cute enough.
Yeah. I had a knee-jerk reaction to Kevin Hart's reimagining of Ace the Bat Hound, but then I got over myself real quick and said, look, they already did a Crypto TV series that had my version of the super animals, so I've got that. So see what they do with this, and it's complete different reimagining from my version, which was over 50 years ago. Most of those characters were created. So I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it doesn't look awful. It looks okay. But I just kind of think of something to dread else. I don't know. Most of the new movies I'm actually kind of looking forward to. So I'm not like super dreading this one movie like I did for Space Jam 2. So
yeah.
Jake, what movies are you looking forward to in 2022?
The Batman. To keep the DC train rolling, Black Adam.
Okay.
And Thor: Love and Thunder.
And then what are you dreading?
Dreading? Other than the Minion movie, I'm dreading not Morbius, because I don't think I'm going to be surprised by Morbius, but let me look through here.
All right. We'll give you a second to look through the list of movies. So Jacob, what movies are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Jackass Forever. That one looks really good.
Great trailer.
Yes. I want there to be another trailer already, but I'm also looking forward to the other ones that you've stated. I'm also looking forward to the new Scream movie coming out in a couple weeks. That one looks decent. Sonic 2, I really like the first one. The Bob's Burgers movie, if it releases this year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because didn't they fire like the one of the actors of Bob's because he was part of the insurrection?
Yeah. The guy who plays Jimmy Pesto.
So I'm assuming they already recorded that movie and have that to go. So I don't know how if they're just gonna let that go and still pay him, or I don't know if they can edit it out. But I imagine that's gonna be a big part of the movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
What are you dreading, Jacob?
I kind of hate to say this because I'm a huge fan of the video games, but the Super Mario Brothers movie. I really want it to do well, but with Chris Pratt, I don't know. I'm also not looking forward to this one coming out in a week called the 355. The trailers just make it look awful, and Moonfall doesn't look great either.
All right.
Oh, and Uncharted just, I don't know about it. I want to see it, but then again, I know it's going to suck probably.
All right. Jake, do you have anything else you're dreading or not?
Oh, I'm dreading plenty, but we'll limit it. I'm dreading Death on the Nile.
Okay.
Are you afraid of being eaten?
Yeah, that's partially. Yeah, we had to make one of those jokes, but I just remember the last time they went through a cycle of Agatha Christie movies, the quality just kept dropping. I was hoping that wouldn't this time because they're sticking with the director running apparently, but I'm just dreading it because I imagine what they're going to do is they're just going to edit out his character and make the movie incoherent.
I think he's still in the movie. He was in the last trailer. So.
Yeah, but I imagine what they're going to do is try to minimize his character to the point of the story. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm also dreading Uncharted because I don't think Tom Holland is way too damn young to be Nathan Drake. And I think this is just going to suck. I just don't see how it's going to be any good. I think this is going to be another Chaos Walking.
We'll see.
Jake, what are your thoughts on the previous movie, not Uncharted, but the previous Murder in the Orient Express?
The last one, that was good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
It's not the best version of that ever filmed. I mean, Sidney Lumet is incredible, and then a lot of people don't know this. Alfred Molina was in a TV version of, which was really interesting, which I highly recommend checking out if you're an Alfred Molina fan.
Okay. So that will wrap up the dreading and looking forward to. Now let's move on to our predictions. All right, now on to our predictions. Let's do round robin. I'll do one, then I'll give it to Jake, and then I'll give it to Jacob. So I'll go first. I'm going to say that Avatar 2 will be the only movie to be 3D only. You won't have an opportunity to watch it in 2D only. It will only be 3D. You'll only have that opportunity. They're just going to go 100% in. It's kind of crazy, I know, but
I know, but it would be awesome.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Yeah, but we can dream.
Yeah.
all right, Jake, what's your prediction? First one.
Avatar. I'm just gonna swing for the fences. I know it's not gonna happen, but I want it to so bad. Avatar 2 is gonna kick off a new craze of 3D. So 3D is gonna be back bigger than ever.
All right, Jacob.
Well, let's keep the Avatar 2 train rolling. I'm actually going to predict that it's either going to underperform or it's going to flop entirely.
Okay, be a disappointment, I guess, is a better way of phrasing it, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Before we continue on, because we have no idea about Avatar 2. It's such a wild card. I feel like we've been talking about Avatar 2 since I started this damn website. Since 2014.
At this point, it's the new Gambit, or the Gambit is the new Avatar 2.
So let's get to some other predictions. That these are one from Kristen. And this, she said, theaters will begin to go bankrupt as home releases and Omicron reduce ticket sales. Maybe. I think theaters are decent right now. And there's going to be a new era for home theater offerings with 3D. So hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yep.
All right. Our patron, Mr. Bengal 5, says theaters will temporarily close down again because of the pandemic. It gets worse. I don't know. I mean, I guess other parts of the world, but here in America, we ain't closing down crap.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I think that is like I said before, like a nuclear bomb. You only get one chance to use it. You can't just be using. Lockdowns in America ain't gonna work more than once. We're just gonna ignore it. So, that's just sad.
We're the Waffle House of the world. We're not gonna close.
Yeah.
Especially like Florida and stuff, so on Texas.
Oh God, Florida.
Yeah. So I imagine some people will purposefully go out and say, "I don't care about no lockdown." Where now they did that, they listened the first time, they wouldn't do that again. And other parts of the world, they're more decent. So we'll see. He says number of theatrical 3D releases is about the same as 2021. I think that's pretty decent. Yeah. Which is kind of sad because 2021 had a small amount of releases. Avatar 2 causes a resurgence of 3D, he hopes. And he's looking forward to Doctor Strange 2, Minions, Thor 4, Puss in Boots 2, Mission Impossible, and Avatar. Not really dreading anything. All right. Now, I do want to give everyone a heads up. After we do a 3D related predictions, we'll have off-topic ones too, but we're going to try to focus the first little bit here for 3D only. So I'm going to go next and say Uncharted will release in 3D, but it still flops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably.
What I determine as flops is, it might make less than 300 million. And Sony probably wants that to be a 5, 6, 7 million, 100 million franchise. That's one of their biggest game franchises. They really, they paid top dollar for Tom Holland now. I think they really want that to be huge. So, under 300, I guess, is a good way. All right, Jake?
Cyrano is going to be a surprise minor hit.
Interesting.
I wish it was going to be 3D, but who knows? Maybe it'll get a German conversion.
Is that the Peter Dinklage Cyrano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody I know that's seen it at a festival or something said it was amazing.
Yeah.
We shall see. I don't know. Jacob?
For 3D, okay, this is going to be kind of a bold one. I know Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is going to get a sequel, and I think it's going to be in 3D, but I think it's going to be the first animated sequel to win Best Animated Film.
Interesting.
It will be a big hit.
Yeah, that one has a weird title, right? It's like Part 1 or something.
Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
It's like, okay, that's kind of a weird way to continue that franchise, but I'm game. The first one surprised the hell out of me, so yeah. All right, so my next one, the Super Mario movie is the biggest video game movie hit of all time, and it is very well liked. So,
ooh,
yeah,
you're swinging for the fences.
That's very bold.
I'm gonna be positive this year. I'm gonna say, screw it. I've been negative the last couple of years. I'm gonna be not positive. I'm walking on sunshine. I'm on cloud nine. I'm all the cliches you want to use. I'm being positive this year. Yeah, let's have a good year. So for me, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just saying, for me, I'm tired of being so down. So, sure, I'm going to be positive.
I understand.
Jake, what's your next one?
That the Pixar's Turning Red is going to wind up on Disney Plus and not get a theatrical release.
Oh, wow. That's bold. That's a good one. That's interesting.
I hope not. It looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, if the COVID is still really bad, Disney may end up doing that. But yeah, because they didn't. Yeah, a couple Disney movies haven't gotten theatrical releases, or very, very limited ones. So, and they have kind of been disrespecting Pixar in a way with Luca not getting a theatrical run. So yeah, that's a really good prediction. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, I was swinging for the fences with that one.
All right, Jacob?
I think in general, there's going to be more 3D releases and screenings this year than the past 2 years combined.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Uh-huh.
We've been struggling. It's been hard. I could have swore that The King's Man, I'm pronouncing that differently because it's how it's written, was going to be a 3D movie. The poster said it, but nothing around us. Mm-hmm. And then, Ron's on wrong. Only you had the ability to watch it in 3D. We didn't have that chance,
I know, of all things.
Yeah, I'm so ticked about that. It's not even funny.
So it's just weird how the 3D's been, but hopefully, yeah. All right. I think this might be an easy one to predict, but I'll go for it. It's the Lightyear movie, the Toy Story spinoff, is going to make $1 billion. It's going to just make a ton of money.
I hope so. That comes out on my birthday, and I want it to be $1 billion movie. That'd be a nice present.
Every Toy Story movie has become $1 billion movie. I think.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, I just am hoping it's 3D.
I think so.
Yeah, that's going to be my prediction. It's going to get a 3D theatrical release.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not 100% right. Toy Story 1 made $373 million, which, I don't know, adjusted for inflation, that might be $1 billion. I don't know. And Toy Story 2 made $497 million. So adjusted for inflation as well, maybe. But Toy Story 4 and 3 both made $1 billion. So I think it's a pretty easy thing to predict that a Toy Story related franchise will be big.
Yeah.
All right, Jake?
Okay, I predict Aquaman is going to get delayed.
Okay.
Mainly because I think they're going to decide, because Warner Brothers had such a bad year before, they don't want to risk Aquaman getting cannibalized by the audiences going to see Avatar 2.
Fair. That comes out the same day, don't it? The 16th of December?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to say the opposite. That Gatsby gets pushed up to like August or something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah.
You stole my prediction.
Yeah, it could very well get pushed up, but I'm saying it's going to get moved.
Okay. Moved or delayed? You have to pick one word.
Moved.
Okay.
Because it can go forward or backwards with the word moved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, moved. I think we all agree on that one, that's going to move. But yeah, because you originally said delayed, but now moved, I think is good.
Moved. That way I double my chances of being correct.
Yeah. If it moves a day, you win.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if it stays put, I lose. So does Warner Brothers.
All right, Jacob?
Pretty easy one. Top Gun 2 is finally going to come out.
Woo!
Woo!
Imagine that, because it's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hope so. I actually kind of looking forward to it. I know Tom, I know he's weird, but damn it, I like his movies, so.
Yeah.
Tom. I'm not like best friends with him. I should be saying his name, first name basis like that. But
Yeah, Mr. Cruz.
Mr. Cruz, just like Spider-Man, Mr. Strange. All right, I'm gonna say that Puss in Boots gets moved. The second Puss in Boots movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's a second one coming out.
Yeah. I don't know when the hell it's going to come out, but it gets moved. I don't know if it's ready to go, and it's just in the DreamWorks lot, that the DreamWorks vault, and it's just whenever they hit play, it's ready to go, or what. But we haven't heard anything about this movie. We just heard that it's coming out apparently in 2022. So it's like, okay, I guess, I don't know.
Oh, my prediction about Puss in Boots is it's going to go to streaming.
Peacock original.
Yeah.
Universal's Crackle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because they don't want to be Crackle anymore.
No.
Okay.
And this won't have any effect on that. It'll just be buried. Because I think Omicron is going to become a bigger thing, and parents aren't going to want to take their kids to the theater.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your next prediction, or do you want to have another one?
Yeah, that's my next prediction.
Okay. Jacob?
Okay. I think The Batman is going to be the best overall comic book movie, but Doctor Strange 2 is going to be the highest grossing one.
Ooh. It's really interesting because we have no idea if Doctor Strange made some money, but it wasn't a huge hit, and it is out there for general audiences. So, but I think there's a lot of interest with it. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the Batman does. All right, my next one is, all right. This is another easy one, but I'll go ahead and say it. Apple will officially announce their VR headset to come out, or they'll officially announce it, give some information about it, and it's been rumored for like a year or two, and it actually comes out, and it's actually really awesome. It has a lot of support, and so yeah, Apple VR goes into the VR officially.
Okay.
All right, Jake, what's your next one?
My next question is, I think Black Panther 2 is going to bomb.
Wow.
Ooh.
And I think it's going to be a critical scrubbing. It's going to get a rotten.
Wow, that is two bold ones there.
I
mean, the first one made $1 billion on its own, and it was loved.
I know. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but every bit of news that comes out about this movie, it sounds like worse and worse. And also the arguments over whether the character of T'Challa should be recast or not, and the delays and the changes, and it just seems like a recipe for disaster.
I'm sure they'll pull through.
I hope so. This is one I'm really hoping I'm wrong on.
Yeah.
I mean, Chadwick Boseman is so awesome. It's going to be hard to have, explain that away, one, and then who's going to be the new one? Is it going to be his sister or not? We don't know.
The actress who plays her has been fired.
So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Shuri? Yeah.
Yeah, so are they going to recast and refilm, or are they going to just edit down her character? What are they going to do with Shuri? Is Shuri going to be recast? I mean, is this going to be a Don Cheadle situation? Yeah, I mean, he even warned her because that's how he got the job. It's Terrence Howard got fired.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anything about this movie, and it's still supposed to come out this year. And it's kind of shocking, considering how big of a hit the first Black Panther movie was.
All we got was a name, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Which is a good name, but,
Yeah,
still.
it's a great name.
All right, Jacob?
I think it's just going to be not movie related really, but I think there's actually going to be PS5 sold in stores this year, and there's going to be plenty of them. I hope so.
The backlog ends.
Yes.
All right, I'll keep with the video game that Nintendo will officially discontinue the Nintendo 3DS family of systems, and the online will die this year, and that's that. It's going to just be done. Officially.
I hope not, but yeah.
It sounds about right.
All right, Jake?
I guess one more movie 3D prediction. I would say we're going to have a onslaught of vintage 3D home video releases.
Cool.
I hope so.
Yeah, and a lot of it's going to be fired up because a lot of guys are hoping that Avatar 2 is going to bring the format back and create interest, and also they're going to be motivated by people have systems still, and there's a demand, so they're going to strike while they can strike. And the reason I'm thinking this is possible is because Flesh for Frankenstein actually got released, and I didn't think there was a shot in hell.
Cool. All right, Jacob, you got another one or no?
I think I got one more. I think Fantastic Beasts 3, whatever the subtitle's called, I don't know. I think that's going to be the biggest flop related to anything Harry Potter related.
The Secrets of Dumbledore. No one's going to care what the secrets are.
No one. Yeah, no one's going to show up.
Yeah.
I mean, if that is the case, then the Harry Potter franchise is basically dead in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're still talking about doing the play into a movie. That is theoretical possible, I think. What is the play called, I think?
Is it The Cursed Child?
I think so.
Yeah.
That might be doable, but if the third one fails, it's gone. I don't think they're going to make a fourth Fantastic Beasts movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if it flops, Discovery might make like a something for HBO Max. I mean, I'm like
the Wizarding World TV series.
Yeah, like why? Yeah, I'm like going. Why do we have an HBO in it? Why is there more than one HBO? That's what I want to know.
All right, so
such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, Warner Brothers kind of messed all that up, so yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald, the second one, made $654 million worldwide. Which, hey, in now money, that's pretty good. But
2018.
Yeah,
it was like poor.
Yeah. Now, the original Fantastic Beasts in 2016 made $800 worldwide. So it was less than. So, all right, I'm going to double down on two of the previous predictions because I think, those maybe were too early on. That Jurassic World Dominion is going to be totally insane, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, the whole Jurassic World series has been crazy to a degree.
Yeah, it's the dinosaurs that drive it, and the dinosaurs are what's interesting about it.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's going to finally have dinosaurs on human land and taking over cities and stuff, and whatever the hell that's going to be. I don't know.
Well, is it wrong of me to hope a dinosaur chomps Chris Pratt?
I want it to be the one he trains Blue, just gives in and eats him.
Yep. Yeah, kind of like Samuel Jackson in Deep Blue.
Yes. Yeah, that's my prediction. Chris Pratt gets eaten in Jurassic World 3.
And I doubled down on that. We don't
Yeah.
care if it actually happens. We just
Yeah.
want it.
I just wanted to.
All right. I'm doubling down on Little Mermaid trailer being released and looking really good.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Jake, do you have anything else you want to pull out of your butt? Or no?
Here's one. They're gonna gender swap the Submariner in the Marvel movies.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Mm.
Okay.
So we're gonna get Namora instead of Namor.
That's fair.
Will she still have the little wings on her feet?
Yep. And the pointed ears.
Okay. All right. Jacob, do you have anything else 3D related, or do you want to move on to non-3D?
I think I got one more. I think Mephisto is finally coming to the MCU, either in the 3D movies or the series. It has to come out sometime.
Okay. That's been teased forever, and people have been wanting it. So yeah, maybe. I think we're in a situation now where Marvel can make decisions and be like, I don't care if China doesn't want it. Shang-Chi made plenty of money without China, and Spider-Man has already made $1 billion without China, so they don't need China anymore. So they could just say, screw it, we're gonna do this show, we're gonna do the movies and TV shows we want. Whatever, I do what I want. And if they don't like it, that's too bad. Yeah. That's good. They shouldn't be, pigeonholed to have to pander to one country, even though if that country has 1 billion people or whatever, they should be able to make the art that they want to make.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, is your prediction that Hollywood's going to stop sucking China's boob?
And I wouldn't say that prediction, but I'm thinking that they feel more comfortable now that they saw that movies can be successful without China.
That's fair.
Yeah, we've had $1 billion movie without any input from Chinese box office.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's get to some overall culture, world events, news predictions for 2022. All right. This first one. I mean, some of these are things I want. So if it doesn't happen, well, I don't get what I want always. But I've had a decent record on predictions. So this one's small potato. This one's small. Not earth-shattering aliens will come to Earth kind of thing. All right. Taco Bell brings back both the volcano tacos that they had before, the lava sauce, and brings back the flaming hot taco, and then releases them as the flaming lava tacos.
Interesting.
Do you guys remember the volcano tacos and the flaming hot tacos?
Yeah, back when Taco Bell food actually had real flavor.
I love that volcano sauce. The lava sauce, delicious and hot. Love it.
It was pretty good, yeah.
And then the flaming hot Cheetos flavored taco was like super hard to get. Like I got like 1 or 2, and then it was like we're sold out. So maybe they'll finally figure it out and just bring them together and make that flaming lava hot taco. And it's gonna have the flaming flavor of flaming hot Cheetos and the volcano lava sauce from a couple of years ago, maybe 10 years ago now. They brought that lava sauce and the volcano tacos back once or twice already. So, yeah that's going to be my first non-3D prediction. I know it's kind of stupid but small, but I want that so badly. All right, Jake, what's your first non-3D prediction?
Okay, the chicken sandwich wars are over, so we're going to have a taco war, fast food war.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to guess the meat?
No, because most of tacos, we're not going to know what the meat is. It's going to be that generic pink slime, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, you got a non-3D one?
Yeah, actually, I think instead of a taco war, I think it's actually going to be like the Impossible Beyond Beef Wars. It's going to expand into all these fast food joints pretty fast.
Interesting. Especially since the price-wise, because of the increase in beef, those type of plant-based meats aren't so expensively prohibitive.
Yeah, like because there's so many companies now making them, they're going to have to be competitive and lower the prices. So
yeah, and some of them are actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Burger King Impossible Burger, and I thought it was really good. Like maybe 80% as good as a Whopper, and I would like eat that and not feel like I'm really down. It's not like a huge downgrade. It's not like going from drinking a regular Coke to a Coke Zero caffeine free.
Yeah.
But that's already started. But I definitely think McDonald's and other big chains will continue it, and I think that's going to be interesting to see that be into play.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Another COVID variant pops up.
Yeah, it's a certainty, pretty much.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
we're gonna get Omega this year. We're gonna get COVID Omega this year.
No, that's really down in the Greek alphabet. Now this one, I looked at the Greek alphabet and I looked at the calendar, and I saw a perfect harmony.
Okay.
It's so cute and so clever. I hate it, but I love it at the same time, so I have to predict it. So, the next letter in the Greek alphabet is pi. So, this is going to come out on March 14th, Pi Day. Or around March 14th.
Dazzling display of logic.
That'd be cool.
That would, really show there's a synchronicity in the universe.
Yeah.
And COVID is truly our overlord.
Yeah.
So the Pi variant of COVID comes out on or near March 14th of 2022. That's a prediction. And I think that is a fun, cute, kind of crazy one, but it works.
Yeah.
Mine is by December 31st, Omega hits.
It's weird because like we went from Delta to Omicron. I was like, where the hell did all the other ones in between go?
Well, some of them were for political reasons because they didn't want a variant with the same name as their leader in China.
That makes sense.
Well, I know they're like I saw ones about new or something, and then like I saw headlines about it, and then it went away. And like some of the variants just don't go anywhere. Like they pop up, they exist for a week, and then they're gone, or a month or something.
Yeah. Could you imagine the fun we could have had with Gamma?
Yeah.
Turn up into Bruce Banner up in here.
Yeah, exactly. We would have had fun.
All right, Jacob, you have another one?
I think with the pills coming out and potentially more vaccines, I think we're going to finally level off with COVID. And it's going to start decreasing significantly.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I'll add on to that, but I have another one before that. I will say that the pandemic ends in June after second booster shots are given.
Ooh, I hope so. I like to have it end in June.
Yeah, that would be nice, but I don't think so. But I'm hoping you're right and I'm wrong.
All right, here's another one that is cute and number fun. So I'm going to say something very interesting. I'm going to leave it vague because I have no idea what the hell it's going to be. But something very interesting and or fascinating will happen on either February 2nd or February 22nd at either 2:22 a.m. or 2:22 p.m.
Okay.
Because all the twos will line up. It's 2022 on February 2nd on 2022 at 2:22 p.m. or a.m. Somehow, some way, something's interesting gonna happen on either one of those 2 dates or times, or both times and dates.
And I hope it's not another insurrection.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Because numerology says that it's like feminine and empathetic and sensitive. I don't know what the hell that means compared to this, but I'm just saying it's cute, and that all the twos are gonna be something interesting that happens on that day that we weren't expecting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a holiday, and they're gonna call it Tuesday.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, tip my waitress.
Oh.
And I'm here all week.
Try the veal.
Yeah.
Okay, so February 2nd is on a Wednesday, but February 22nd is on a Tuesday.
Ooh.
Dum 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 dum.
So yeah, maybe February 22nd, or just throwing that out there. All right,
Time to go to your Costco and get your food supplies in case the world ends.
Yeah.
Something. It's gonna just be something. I don't know.
No.
All right, Jake.
Let's think of something. Sparks is going to get nominated for an Academy Award for Best Song.
Oh, okay.
Who is that, or what is that?
Oh, Sparks is this band that's been around next year is going to be their 50th anniversary as a recording band, and they're the band that's kind of influenced everybody, and they released a musical this year, Annette, and Edgar Wright did a documentary about them called The Sparks Brothers.
Oh yeah, okay.
Those guys.
Yeah. I remember that documentary.
I know, and people think that Edgar Wright was pulling everybody's leg, that it was his version of Forgotten Silver.
Interesting. Okay. Jacob, you got another one?
Not at the top of my head, no.
Okay. I got a couple more. So, like I said, I'm going positive here. Inflation, gas prices, and unemployment go way down worldwide. And by September, the U.S. unemployment rate will be at 2%.
Ooh. That's
Yay.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
Come through.
So it would be a golden age of, like, people were like, oh my God, I didn't know we could go to 2% unemployment,
So are you saying the roaring 20s are going to be kind of making a comeback?
Yeah.
All right.
And so it's going to, if people were thinking it was going to be last summer, it's actually going to be this summer.
All
right. Jake, you got anything else or no?
I'm going to go out on a limb and swing for the fences and say that members of the Trump crime family are going to be indicted for events dealing with January 6th.
Interesting. I hope that.
Will it go anywhere? Probably not, but I think they will at least be charged.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob, you got anything else or no?
I think I got one more. The midterm elections. I don't think it's going to be a blue wave, unfortunately. I think it's probably going to swing closer to the red this time.
Okay.
To be a Debbie Downer, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that is theoretically what usually happens, so
yeah.
It's foreseeable. Okay. I'm going to stay with this positive train for now. The worldwide supply chain issues will be fixed by June.
Oh.
All right. Anyone else got anything or no? Want me to keep going?
You can keep going. I can't think of anything else.
Jake?
Oh, here's a silly one. I predict that Filipino food is going to become a new, real popular food craze.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great cuisine.
The rise of Jollibee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need more Jollibees in America.
Okay. That is a very reasonable thing. I think Jollibee's like really starting to get into America, and I've been really wanting to go to one, but I haven't had a chance.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Yeah, because the closest one to me is just outside of Seattle.
Wow.
Okay. Jacob, you don't got anything else?
I'm good.
All
I
right.
can't think of anything.
If you think of anything, say something. But
All right.
All right. So this one is not positive, but it's 100% realistic. Again, me shooting fish at a barrel and doing the most obvious thing possible. So, Afghanistan becomes a total disaster of a country, and the UN will call on other countries to help, but nobody cares. China helps, but only to get resources out of the country, and doesn't do a damn thing to help any of the people, and everyone just writes off Afghanistan because everyone learns from the US and Russia and all of the history of Earth, and you don't go in Afghanistan because you stay in Afghanistan. So we're just gonna, as a world, we're just gonna just say screw it, let them die off. Which sucks. It's horrible, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I think that would increase a rise in more potential more terrorism than we've had in years. So that's
It
prediction
sucks.
of that.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But it's very realistic.
The other scenario I can see happen is Putin really marches in and drops the hammer and sends shockwaves throughout the entire region.
So another Afghan war.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think either way, I think we're going to get another Afghan war.
Jesus. I'm betting that Putin's probably going to go into the Ukraine at some point this year and try his best to get the Ukraine. I hope not, but
okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to too, because the world's going to be distracted by fighting COVID even more.
Yeah.
I'll be the only one that says no. He backs away.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too, but I don't think he's going to.
He's very stubborn, and he's essentially president for life now. So.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back on the positive train. A watered down, even further watered down, Build Back Better bill passes eventually this year. It's something. It's done. Biden gets his win, but it's still really watered down from what it was. But he gets it. And federal election reform, watered down, of course, and police reform, again watered down. But all of that gets passed and signed into law by Biden by the 4th of July.
That's fair.
Those are 3 big parts of legislation that are going to get done. Now, they're going to be victories, but they're going to be a 6 out of 10 victory at most. I mean, we should get a lot of stuff done in election reform, because I'm very worried about election reform than the U.S. But I think it's just going to be too much pressure, and they're going to get something done on all those 3 ends. And so, yeah. Jake, you have any thoughts on that or no?
Don't know. I'm looking at your critter in elected office there, Jacob. A lot of it's dependent on how he behaves.
Oh God! Like, I wish he would just fall in line or something, but
or change parties.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, you got anything else or no?
Here's one I'm hoping that the Kardashians are no longer a thing and they crawl back in their holes where they come from.
All right.
That the TikTok generation is like, you're basic, go away.
Fingers crossed.
All right, Jacob, you got anything else or no?
I kind of got a positive one, especially related to Adolph. I think that Ted Cruz is going to lose his election as senator.
Well, that's not going to be for a while, because Ted Cruz isn't up for a while.
Oh, I thought it was this year. I'm sorry. Well, crap. Never mind.
Okay.
Governor Abbott is this year.
Oh, okay. I have a prediction that if he's up for re-election, there's going to be a Democrat in the office.
Okay.
Beto is governor. That would be awesome.
Beto
Okay.
O'Rourke. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
Beto O'Rourke.
That's going to be interesting. Beto is definitely one of those that have. If anyone has the best chance, it's him. But I mean, still, it's always going to be an uphill battle for Democrats to win Texas.
And isn't Stacey Abrams also? Isn't her election for governor?
Yes.
She's running for governor of Georgia, isn't it this year too?
Yes.
Yeah. I think she'll probably win. She has a good shot.
Yeah, she knows how to get the vote out.
Yeah. I mean, look at 2020.
Yeah.
Georgia swung blue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I didn't see that in a shot in hell, and she did it. She did it, so I have no doubt she's probably going to be governor.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have another one prediction, Jake or Jacob, or do you want me to keep on going for me?
You keep on going.
All right. Democrats keep control of Congress and actually gain in both the House and Senate. And this is partially because of COVID deaths. That there's so many COVID deaths that there's not enough Republicans out there to win. And by the end of the year, there's so much positivity going around that people really like Biden and Democrats, and it's the one time in or the one time the weird kind of sometimes they say that it doesn't happen because the blue moon happens because Bush had 9/11 and then after 9/11 he gained seats in Congress. This will be the blue moon, and that COVID will get in control, and Biden's gonna gain support in 2022, and it will be like, oh my God, this is a big thing. Everyone's going to predict that the Republicans gain huge gains. Nope. Democrats keep control and get a little bit more in the House and Senate.
Ah,
that's a bold, insane prediction, but I'll go by it. I'm positive. I'm very happy. This. All right, enough politics for now. I have another one that's just insane, just crazy, just culture. Culture. It's weird. You never know what the hell's going to happen.
No.
Suspenders become a new hot trend because TikTok celebrities make it a thing.
All right.
Suspenders has been around for like 200 years or something, and no one's been using them except for Urkel. Nope, they're going to come back in style. That'll be the new style trend of 2022. Suspenders. What do you think?
How about Quibi making a comeback? Pull that one out of my ass.
All right, that's a prediction we'll put down on the pencil for you. We'll pen it down.
All right.
Pencil it in.
Yeah, Quibi and Crackle join forces with a couple other streaming services to try to take at least Warner HBO Max's spot.
We'll call it Quackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be NBC buys out Sony, and then not NBC, Universal, and then Sony, and then Peacock, and all of it together. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like little Transformers.
Okay. Now I have an opposite one. Instead of coming together, something big will be broken up, and
Ooh.
that big thing is Meta.
Ooh, man, I would wait for the day for that to happen.
And
yeah.
WhatsApp.
Sorry, its name is Facebook. It has to show ID and proof of name change before it can change its name.
So
Just every person on Facebook.
WhatsApp and Instagram will be bought up instantly by other companies. So it would just be Facebook and Facebook Messenger, and so WhatsApp is going to be its own thing, and Instagram will be its own thing, but they'll be owned by someone else. Someone's going to jump on that once they get broken up by the government.
Maybe Apple would buy Oculus for their VR tech if they release it this year.
Yeah. Yay! And I could see Twitter owning Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know who would buy up WhatsApp, but maybe I don't know who does Telegram. I don't know who does that.
Maybe a Chinese company would buy up that.
Yeah, the people that own TikTok will buy up.
Yeah. I'm going to stay with your prediction. I think instead of Meta? I think it's actually going to be Google who's going to be broken up.
Oh, okay. What did they break it up to, though? I mean, they have the search engine, and then what else?
Well, I mean, you got Android, you got...
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got so many things. You got the phone division, you got the Chromebook division.
Okay.
Yeah, Google Maps is almost its own thing. Google
Yeah.
Earth.
Google Earth.
All right. This
Or
is not.
it's going to become Meta versus Google versus Amazon.
Yeah.
They're going to rule the world.
All right. This is going to piss off a lot of people, and this is not positive, but it's inevitable. Cryptocurrency and NFTs fail big, and most people walk away from that whole thing. It just it craters to complete nothingness. All of them.
Yeah, well, the gas fees are going to... I mean, right now it's just money laundering because of the fees.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to come down all the way, but I think the government's actually going to start regulating cryptocurrency this year.
Different governments,
I think that's going to be a global thing. Different,
yeah.
Because there's been too many frauds, like Squid Game currency and stuff.
Yeah.
And those NFTs are just garbage, you know.
Yeah.
Money laundering, like I said.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine that somewhere, maybe Obama, asked someone to buy a bunch of Bitcoin when it was nothing, and then Biden sells it to pay off debt, and then people are like, "What?" And then he pays off the national debt or something with all the money because he's you don't know how the Federal Reserve works, and the Federal Reserve bought a whole bunch of crypto, and now that it's a big amount, they cash out and pay down the debt, and bada bing, bada boom, crypto dies because they're like, wait, the government was inside? No!
That'd be interesting. No, I think if the government, how it is, they'd probably invest in Dogecoin before Bitcoin. And
well, I give Obama credit for being in there right when it was starting, and
right.
he did stuff that people didn't know about, and they didn't tell Trump. They just kept it, and Biden was like, "Okay, let's cash this."
What
puppy.
is Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. I think eventually crypto is going to be a thing, but I think you're right. It's going to crash and burn. I think the main reason that's holding crypto back is because people want a currency. They don't necessarily need to hold it, but they don't want to buy something and it's 0.00000 of the 0097 blah blah blah. They want it to be like one of this can get one of this, or 10 of this can buy 2 of that, or so on. Mm-hmm. They want it in whole numbers that they can grasp, and you can't do that with Bitcoin. It's like monopoly money because it's in such fractions.
All right, guys. I think that's going to be a wrap for the prediction show for 2022. I'm tired.
I bet.
Yeah, and we got nothing. We're out.
Yeah.
We're tapped out. We're on fumes.
Yeah.
Our prediction powers will be sealed for another year.
Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap up the show with a nice saying for us to have to start the year off. Let's have, I hope, the best for all of us. For all of you, for Jake and Jacob and all the listeners and all the patrons, hope the best for 2022. That this year will bring you good fortune, good health, plenty of love, joy, and happiness. Yeah. With that, we'll close up the show. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D, Mr. Bengal 5, and Kevin Winter for your financial support on Patreon.com. So that's going to be it for this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwo@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
update, before we finish uploading and editing this podcast, we have updates and things that have changed. And 2 predictions have already come true. Do you guys know which ones those are?
Talking Red, or not Talking Red. Turning Red?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump. So, classic Jake, you said that Turning Red will go to Disney Plus, and this week Disney announced that via Twitter.
Sad.
Yeah. Considering the trailer for this looked good in 3D.
Oh, you watched it in 3D?
I briefly saw it. I saw it in Rumble.
Shall be in the vault of 3D things that may exist, but maybe never.
Yeah. Like Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it with
Luca.
Disney and Pixar? I mean, yeah, Disney's dumping everything straight to streaming and not giving them a 3D home video release anywhere in the world.
Or theatrical release.
Yeah.
I mean, kids' movies haven't been doing particularly well. That's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
But of all studios, you would think Disney would respect the art of animation, for God's sakes.
No,
I mean,
the thing is...
they let their own movies get a theatrical release, though, like Encanto and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. If I was Pixar, I'd be really pissed right now.
I'd be suing.
I would not be surprised if that happened. Of course, I think Disney owns them, but they might be saying, well, we're tired of being owned. We want to be partners, or we want to be with somebody else. I mean, that's kind of what I think's going on right now, or should be going on right now, because Pixar. I mean, this has got to be killing morale. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they're probably not getting any bonuses from theatrical release or anything like that, unless they revive their contract.
Yeah, and Turning Red, this was this woman's her first full-length feature. You know, this was directed by the woman who brought us that short film Bow.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The one that when I saw it in the theater, everybody gasped when bit the bow. Spoilers.
Yeah. But they might pull a Black Widow and sue from within and say, hey, we had a contract that's going to be a theatrical release and win because Scarlet won.
Or they might say, if you want good ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, because if I was working at Pixar, I'd be looking at how long my contract is and see, do I have to come up with ideas or just sit here and twiddle my thumbs? And I'd sit there and twiddle my thumbs if I could get away with it instead of actually creating something, because this has got to be disheartening. I mean, this is 3 in a row.
Yeah. Here's a fun statistic. So we got the second Addams Family movie got a theatrical release, but Luca did not. Shame.
Yeah.
Clifford the Big Red Dog had a theatrical release
at the same time as
Paw Patrol movie. The movie got a theatrical release
at the same time. It got on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not Disney. It's a different studio, but damn Disney.
Yeah. I mean, I understand maybe like second tier movies, but this is first tier, and it's sad. It's really sad, and I have heard stories of morale in Pixar is down to hell because they work hard on their movies, and for the most part, their movies are fantastic.
Yeah, and they've been through a rough patch. I mean, with the whole John Lasseter thing. I mean, that has got to be the ultimate bummer morale killer. And then this on top of it. I mean, damn.
Yeah. And then the second prediction that has already come true is kind of a weird one because I don't see anyone talking about this. And this should be like global news, but it kind of just came and went within an hour. And Classic Jake, do you know what we're talking about with Trump or no?
Nope, I haven't seen on podcasting days. I very seldomly see any news.
So on the 3rd of January, the Associated Press has said that New York Attorney General subpoenas Trump, Ivanka, and Trump Jr. And they have subpoenas to forward them. And Jacob, you said that he's going to get subpoenaed, and this story is just buried. Like, I've never seen it. I haven't seen it on Politico. I haven't seen it on MSNBC. This wasn't like breaking news. I just saw it, and it said, "Oh, cool," and then gone, and it's never talked about. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it happened. So, hey, good job, guys. 2 predictions right.
Before it even gets posted. Of course, then my big prediction last year got canceled literally at the last minute.
Well, last year you did say that Amazon was going to buy MGM, so that did happen. So,
Yeah. And but my big one was it wouldn't be $1 billion movie, but I'm kind of glad there was at least one. Maybe 2, because there's one in China. We don't know if the numbers are valid or not.
Yeah. So sorry that I haven't been able to edit and post the podcast yet. But hey, it's nice that we have this additional section to the podcast to talk about and add to it. So yeah, That's part of the fun of recording on January 1st. We had that luxury of having everything in front of us. So hopefully before I uploaded it, another news prediction doesn't to come true, but we shall see. I know there's been new variants of COVID, like but I don't know if there's like completely new variant. I don't know if you heard of the Deltacron.
No.
Yeah. So it's like the mix of Delta and Omicron.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's terrible, but it's not completely different enough to be its own variant, but it's a combination of the 2 worst ones that's happening, and a lot of numbers are skyrocketing with Omicron right now. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it's also triggering croup in kids, so I guess that's going to be croup on.
So take care out there. Be safe. Try to
wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Don't suck on your fingers.
Don't suck on your fingers. That's a great thing to end on, Jacob. or don't suck on any other stranger's fingers either.
I mean, I wasn't doing that before the pandemic.
Unless you have consent.
Yes.
Yeah, and don't rub your eyes without washing them first.
Even if you are fully vaccinated and boosted, it might be a good idea just to continue wearing a mask. That way you don't get it. So, if it doesn't hurt that much, it's not that bad. I mean...
Yeah, social distancing is still a thing.
Yeah. We shall see if 2023 this thing continues. With the sour notes, we're ending this podcast. Bye. Again.
Bye.
Again.
Bye.
Again.
Again.